Kane, A minor, the quintessential guitar key. E and A, I call this the primary pair. So A minor, minor keys in rock and roll tend to fall. Minor to major, to major, to major. I call this the falling progression. It's ubiquitous in rock and roll and all kinds of styles. So you want to just kind of practice. It's a minor chord followed by a bunch of major chords. Okay, so that's the most traditional version. Watchtower. Of course, Stairway. Okay, so that's the context for this, and he does a G chord on the offbeat, so it's a 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. And then eventually he gets to the F. What I want you to do is set a thumb F, so you can get the first string open, and then do this run in parallel thirds. The chorus just does all three chords over and over. Go ahead and give it to me. And then eventually you finally go, it's alright. I think it repeats that. Alright. It's alright. Okay. So now let me review a couple of the scales that I want you to practice. 2 octave static, minor and major. This is called parallel minor because it's the same tonic. Okay. A minor blues, and start with your pinky, play A major blues. Same pattern. Okay, then I want you to review your 3 octave A minor active scale. There's A7, sliding on your middle. There's A10, just a little static patch. And reverse it. A10 down to A7, A7 to A5. That's where the riff lives. You want to start with your middle finger on A10 and go. Substitute middle finger again. Substitute middle finger. You like to land on 1 there. So it's about finger substitutions. Now perfect fourths. And that little riff at the end gets varied. I gave you one generic way to play it that I remember, but I think he does it differently each time. And so it's based on this idea of a perfect fourth. So the guitar's tuned in fourths principally, except the G and the B string, which are a third apart, you might remember. So if you play B and E open, that's fourth apart, B, C, D, E, 4 tones. So when you flatten out here, you get a perfect fourth. And you can do a whole pentatonic scale in perfect fourths. Up a third, whole, whole, third, whole. Now you're back to A5, just up an octave. It's also really common to go down a whole step. You can go down the whole length of it, just like the falling progression does. So parallel fourths are important to review in context of the song. And that's where the solo comes from, because it's very pianistic and he goes... Let's see how does it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. That's kind of a little adaptation of the keyboard solo. So we got the main riff, the keyboard solo. We got the chords with the thirds. We got the parallel major minor scales. We got the perfect fourths and the falling progression. I think that's basically everything we covered. Have fun, brother.